Hi viewer, welcome to our YouTube channel. I am Haris Khan. Today I am here to talk about reactjs and the various interview questions and answers related to it. As you people know, reactjs is an open source JavaScript library which is used to build user interfaces, and it is mainly maintained by the Facebook and a community of individual developers and companies. So let's start with the interview questions. So the first question is that what is reactjs? May you all know reactjs is an open source JavaScript library which is used to build user interfaces. It is mainly maintained by Facebook and a community of individual developers and companies. The second question is, what are the components of reactjs? So being a React developer, you should know all these. The component of reactjs include components, elements, state, props, and hooks. Question number 3. What is the difference between element and components in reactjs? So look, elements are the smallest building blocks of reactjs, which represent a DOM node or user-defined component. So what is component? Components are the building blocks of React, which are reusable and can be used to create custom components. Question number 4. What are the features of React.js? So look, React.js features include virtual DOM. All you know that it's its advantage that it's use a virtual DOM, one-way data flow, state management, server-side rendering, code reuse. Question number 5. What is the purpose of using props in React.js? A very basic question but need to be answered. Props are used to pass data from one component to another, and they can be used to customize component. May you know better. What is the difference between state and props in React.js? State is the local data of a component, while props are the data that is passed from one component to another. State can be changed while props cannot be changed. Question number 7. What is the purpose of using hooks in React.js? Hooks are used to create reusable logic for components such as state or lifecycle methods. Question number 8. What is the purpose of using refs in React.js? So refs are used to access the DOM element or React element created in the render methods. So you people will know better about this in the coming lectures. Question number 9. What is the purpose of using context in React.js? So you know that context is used to pass data through the components tree without having to pass the props data manually. Like use context, we can take the help from use context, but another scenario for this is what you people know better, which is context API. Question number 10. What is the difference between class component and functional component in React.js? So, class components are used to manage state and lifecycle methods, while functional components are used to create components without state or lifecycle. But now the scenario is changed. We can also create state and lifecycle methods in React.js, in the functional component, that is the lifecycle we achieve through using a use effect, which is a hooks, and the state management. For the state management, we use state. Question number 11. What is the purpose of using the render method in React.js? Normal question, but the answer need to be very concise, that the render method is used to render the UI of a component. What are the lifecycle methods in React.js? The lifecycle methods in React.js include componentDidMount, componentDidUpdate, and component Will Unmount. As you people know, we have a three main lifecycle methods, that is mount, update, and unmount. Inside mount we have 4, inside update we have 4, inside unmount we have 4 in the class component. But how can we achieve these three in the functional component? So we can achieve this from use effect. So we'll discuss that in the later, but these three can also be found in the functional component. So to the use effect hooks, if we do not pass, we pass empty dependency array, so it does the work of componentDidMount. And if we want to update something, so we will pass that that state or something to the dependency array of the use effect. So that will become component date update. And for component will unmount, to achieve this purpose, from use effect, we will use return inside use effect. So question number 13, what is the purpose of using the componentDidMount lifecycle method? So this is nothing but simple the definition of componentDidMount. So look, the componentDidMount lifecycle method is used to initialize the state of a component and to perform any data fetching. Like we use, for example, if we want to fetch some data from API, so we will use that portion, that code inside the componentDidMount section. As in the functional component, we use that piece of code inside use effect. So question number 14, that what is the purpose of using componentDidUpdate lifecycle method? So the componentDidUpdate lifecycle method is used to update the state of a component when the profs are state of the component change. So very simple. Question number 15 and last question of the first part, that what is the purpose of using component Will Unmount lifecycle method? So look, the component Will Unmount lifecycle method is used to perform any cleanup before the component is unmounted from the DOM. So may you know better that how can we achieve this using class component and how can we achieve this using functional component. Let me tell you about the functional component because many of you may be not aware of. So we use the cleanup function, that is we can say return inside a use effect. So that will achieve what? Unmounted from the DOM. So matlab unmounting from the DOM. So we'll meet in the next lecture. Till that, Allah Hafiz.